Good morning and great to have you join me right here on Voice of the People TV. My name is Kizike. Welcome to the Sport Ride. Let's talk about sports generally, but I understand a whole lot of controversies on the weekend, on the show for the weekend. If you did see that, you would understand. But cut to the mouse, I start from the local news to talk about our Rangers International. But then I did see that of his Jazz father after the goal on the shirt. We did see where he said, "Libertad para papa." That's a message. Please free my father. Don't forget Luis Diaz's father is still under custody. Well, let's start the show quickly this morning from the local news, where Rangers reclaimed top spot in the Nigerian Premier Football League after defeating Heartland 2-0 in the Oriental Derby at Accra City Stadium on Sunday. Very much came. The Flying Antelope took the lead through Kazeem Ogunleye in a minute. That was the third minute. Ogunleye now scored 3 goals for the Enugu club side this season. Kenneth Iwoke also doubled the advantage on the 53rd minute. Rangers top of the standard with 13 points from 7 games. In Ibadan as well, Shooting Stars trashed Niger Tornadoes 4-1 in that very big game. Ayobami Adekunle gave the home team the lead on 17th minute, while Chidebere Ernest equalized for Heartland 10 minutes before the break. Samuel Bamidele, Gunbalade Adelowo, and Karima Yinde scored the other goals for Shooting Stars. Holdouts Enyimba beat Kwara United 1-0 with Chijoke Mboma netting the winning goal from the spot in the late minutes. So let's quickly get on the result of the game played in the MPFL Nigerian Premier Football League. Abia Warriors played a 2-1 with Castina United. Aqua United played a 0-0 with Plateau United. Abandon Insurance 1-0 to Remo Stars. Rangers 2-0 to Heartland. And we love to see more of this great football in our local side. Rivers United 1-1 to Sunshine Stars. And Shooting Stars 4-1 to Niger Tornadoes. Gombe United lost at home to Doma United. And let me quickly say this before we leave the face of the Nigerian Premier Football League. I love this one. I don't know, I think I must commend the northern part of Nigeria where the passion of the game is crazy. The atmosphere looks very incredible where we just see people come up, turn around in the stadium. Gombe United playing at home, losing to Doma United, but regardless, was like a northern fiesta. And I love what I saw. This is what we want to see in our local league. We want to see more of the fans turn up. Regardless, we know how much we want to talk about the Nigerian Premier Football League, how it's been over time. But quickly away from that, moving on, let's talk about Formula One, where Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes said Paul stayed up. Decisions were to blame on Saturday as their hopes melted in the sun as Max Verstappen dashed to victory in the sprint out of Sao Paulo Grand Prix. The 7-time world champion and his team boss Toto Wolff expressed bitter disappointment after arriving in Brazil with high expectation following 2 strong races in Texas and Mexico. Moving on, after the sharp start, Hamilton fell from 4th to 7th, while teammate George Russell battled to hang on in the 4th place, but struggling on 1 tires as Max Verstappen closed home ahead of McLaren, Lando Norris and Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez. Now, moving up, talking about tennis now. A man I love to say all the time, he's 36 and he's not looking like he's stopping anytime soon. His name is Novak Djokovic. I love to talk about Djokovic all the time. It doesn't feel like hype, but reasons are this man has brought transition in the game. I think he's a top-notch player. His game is second to none. What will I say? What's better word to describe the Serbian international? World number 1 Novak Djokovic cruised to a record extending 7th Paris Masters title and became the first player to claim 40 Masters ATP 1000 title when the top-seeded Serbian dumped Bulgarian Dimitrov 6-4, 6-3 in the final on Sunday. Djokovic's 6th trophy this season helped him to extend his lead over the second-ranked Carlos Alcaraz in the race of this year's and number 1 spot. And the 25 Grand Slam champion will head to the AFP, that's the ATP, I beg your pardon, finals prime to seal the deal. In a clash featuring the 2 oldest players in the world top 20, the 36-year-old Djokovic drew first blood, beating the 17th ranked Dimitrov for a 4-3 lead in the opening set and has closed it out comfortably in the 51 minutes. The unseeded Dimitrov-Grimikov only victory over Djokovic in 12 previous meetings came a decade ago, and although the 32-year-old put up more of a fight in the second set, he could not prevent Djokovic from taking his 40th Masters crown. It put him 4 Masters titles ahead of his nearest rival, Rafael Nadal. Djokovic is 3 wins away right now from 100 Open-era titles, with only Jimmy Connor 109, Roger Federer 103 above him. Victory was sealed when Dimitrov sent a backhanded wide, extended Djokovic winning run to 18 matches since his defeat to Alcaraz in the Wimbledon title clash in July, leaving him red hot for the season-ending ATP final starting on November 12. Dimitrov-Grimikov subbed into the towel after missing the opportunity to claim his first title in 6 years. And what more can be said about Djokovic? Look at the way he set the record straight. I think it's about knowing what you want for yourself He is a man who made a move from the Serbian. I remember when back then when we used to have Serbia Montenegro, but now divided countries as a Montenegro on its own, and that's a Serbian on its own. And ever since he came into the limelight, it's been about this man. Look how the record being set. No disrespect to Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, all of those guys who have done well in the world of tennis. But then I think the upcoming kids will talk about Djokovic anytime. But quickly, let's dash into the world of football and talk about the Ballon d'Or winner, 8-time Ballon d'Or winner Lionel Messi, Argentina and Inter Miami star. Messi has stated that he's done playing in Europe because everybody wants to see Messi back in Europe, and I understand the Champions League is still very much open, to Europa League. But Messi has said, this is me reaching out to the world. I don't think it's right for me to come back to Europe. Messi landed the record standing 8th Ballon d'Or award on Monday in Paris. The Qatar 22 World Cup winner finished ahead of Erling Haaland. Kylian Mbappe to finish on the award. He started off his career in Europe at Barcelona, where he spent 3 years on the club youth side from 2000 to 2003. Back in 2004, he made a senior debut before departing in 2021 for Paris Saint-Germain and spent 2 seasons at the French capital. Moving on, he currently plies his trade for Major League Soccer MLS side Inter Miami. When asked if there's a possibility of him returning to Europe, Messi said he doesn't see himself back there anymore. Thank God I had an extraordinary career in Europe and won everything I have dreamed of, Messi told reports, according to Fabrizio Romano on X handle, formerly known as Twitter. Now that I have decided to come into USA, I don't think I'll ever return to playing in Europe. At Barcelona, Messi won La Liga, Copa del Rey, Spanish Super Cup, UEFA Champions League, UEFA Super Cup, and the FIFA Club World Cup. At Paris Saint-Germain, he won 2 League Cup. Talk about the League One and also the French Super Cup, and helped Inter Miami win a first ever trophy when they landed their League Cup this year. It's all about Messi. It's about Messi. My friend told me during the night at Paris at Chatada, where the Ballon d'Or was given, but he said to me, I think this is the last we'll see Messi and Ronaldo. Messi is 8-time Ballon d'Or winner. If you say Messi is your greatest of all time, I would say you're not wrong to say that. Reasons are he's clinched on every trophy that's available at the moment. Messi is a top-notch player. Nothing can be taken off Messi. Looking at the way he plays over time, maybe he just might be the World Cup 2026, and time will tell on that. Now, moving on, Inter Miami are continuing with their Barcelona reunion plan as forward Luis Suarez is set to join the Major League Soccer club ahead of next season, according to reports on Friday. Miami added Lionel Messi earlier this year, and his arrival prompted former Barcelona teammates, Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets to join him. All 4 started in the Barcelona 3-1 win over Juventus in 2015 UEFA Champions League final in Berlin, and Suarez scored a goal in the game. Suarez, 36, is currently playing for Grêmio in the Brazilian top division. The Uruguay international gained worldwide fame for his Liverpool side, back in when he played for Ajax, 2007 to 2011, Liverpool 2011 to 2014, Barcelona 2014-2020, and also entered Atletico Madrid 2020 and moved on to 2022. Right now, he plays for the Grêmio side. We are going to see how this comes to play. Time will tell. But let's move away from that and talk about the German Bundesliga. What I did say in the course of the weekend, controversies will always come in the game. But shout out to the clubs that got all the wins. Harry Kane making the news for himself. Harry Kane scored a hat-trick as Bayern Munich thrashed Borussia Dortmund 4-0 away on Saturday, closing the gap with leaders Bayern Leverkusen on 2 points. And what more about Harry Kane? Making a move from the English Premier League and moving to the German Bundesliga and playing like I've been here before. I don't think anything is at stake. And it's about Harry Kane. The goals he scores, top-notch goals. Everybody would be like, when he comes to the club, he's going to struggle. But Harry Kane is not struggling either. Stunned by a midweek German Cup elimination by third division Saarbrücken, Bayern Leverkusen 3-2 win over Hoffenheim on Saturday meant injury-hit Bayern were 5 points behind Xabi Alonso's side at the kickoff. The visitor, however, crafted the perfect response, scoring 2 goals in the opening 9 minutes to grab a hold on the match. France centre-back Dayo Upamecano cleared to play just hours before the match after missing a month with a hamstring injury. Headed Bayern in front 4 minutes in from Leroy Sané pass. The former Man City winger laid on Bayern's second on the counter, slipping a perfect pass across the face of the goal to Kane just to tap in the ball. Unbeaten on the home side for more than a year, Dortmund were shell-shocked by the power of the supposed weekend the visiting side. And that was a result away from home. I think that's a slap on Dortmund, trust me. At the St. John Pizjuan Stadium in Germany, we don't want to see a side coming away from home and come and clinch on the trophy or come and get a win and get the 3 points and go that way. There was no reply. It was about the Bayern, the Bavarians getting 4-0, in that very much game. And I felt like maybe Dortmund, maybe a consolation goal would do, but that never came. But let's talk about La Liga Santander quickly on the show now and talk about Barcelona. Ronald Araujo headed home in the 92nd minute to snatch Barcelona an undeserved 1-0 win at Real Sociedad on Saturday in the La Liga, having suffered the last gasps defeat by Real Madrid in the Clásico last Saturday. Real Madrid in the Clásico then, despite having the better of the game, Xavi Hernandez's side inflicted the same suffering on Real Sociedad in San Sebastian. Barcelona fails to create any clear chances until the final stage with a goalkeeper Marc Andre ter Stegen keeping the score level before Araujo headed El Gundogan's cross home with seconds remaining. Now, you just heard me say that undeserved defeat, or undeserved win. It was about Athletic Club. If you say Athletic Bilbao, you will still not be wrong to say that they were in control of the game, but just like the magic of the game can be, the only time, the only space, the only chance, Barcelona had, they converted it well, and that's just history for another day. So I could say congratulations to Barcelona getting the result away from home. Now, in the English Premier Football League or the Premier League, Nottingham Forest snatched a 6-match winless run to beat Aston Villa 2-0 in the Premier League Midlands derby on Sunday, denying the visitors the top 4 spot after Ola Aina and Oriel Bangala scored goals from outside the box. The defeat ended Villa's 6-match unbeaten run and left on an Emery side in the 5th place, 5 points behind leaders Manchester City, while Forest kept their clean sheet. Was the first clean sheet at home this season to move up to 12th. Forest had not won a game since earlier September, and the hosts took the lead inside 5 minutes when Anthony Elanga sprinted down the left and Villa High defensive line panicked. Elanga caught it back from Taulo to follow, with ball put into the midfield space, vacant by retreating defender, and also the unmarked Aina pulled the trigger from the range to fire a low strike that flew into the bottom corner. Now, it was Aina's first goal of the season, and also for the club. And Villa, Emiliano Martinez, World Cup winner, fresh off winning the Left Shashin Award in Best Goalkeeper in the World, and Ballon d'Or night in Gala, looking on incredulously as the City ground erupted. That was a bad result for Aston Villa. Everybody felt like when Emery's team would take the lead on paper. I think it was an Aston Villa team, but Nottingham Forest, shout out to Stephen Cooper for his team, the way he's managed his team over time. I know how much they've spent, £1 million being spent on the club, and they want to see a different style of game. So I think Steve Cooper's side looks to be struggling a little bit, but the result now makes them, a better side, leaving off the relegation side and moving up just close where they need to stay strong and perfectly for themselves. But for Aston Villa, I'm so sorry, bad news for them. They just missed out on making it to the top 4. Now, let's talk about Manchester United's top the rot as Captain Bruno Fernandes struck in the 90th minute with a 1-0 victory at Fulham in the early Premier League game at Fulham on Saturday. The game was veteran out on the last child statement when Fernandes lashed on a loose ball on the edge of the area and drilled a point low shot inside the post. Successive 3-0 defeats at United will start the season since 1962 had piled pressure on manager Erik ten Hag, and victory at Craven Cottage will release that somewhat. Now moving on, but while the victory was welcome, questions remain about where United are heading under the Dutchman after another rather shiftless display. A third successive narrow away win in the league lifted United to 6th with 18 points from 11 games ahead of the rest of the weekend program. Fulham also, who have 18 goals attempted, only 2 on target, are down in 14 to with 12 points. Bruno Fernandes has come under fire in recent week with former, Manchester United winger Gary Neville, defender, and Roy Keane also suggesting he should have the armband taken off after a petulant performance. But he understands and answered back with a moment clash, punishing Fulham's inability to clear the area with a deft control and turn before sending a shot beyond Bernard Leno. The question is about Fernandes. Does Bruno Fernandes have what it takes to be the skipper of Man United? I think that's a question for the people because, my opinion, don't get me wrong, I think he doesn't have the attribute of a skipper or for captain. He barely talks to the referee. He's not. He doesn't look clinical on the games. His gameplay is okay, but talk about managing the style of play, controlling the team from the back and the front, and also talking to the players. I don't really think Fernandes has got the qualities, sincerely, in my opinion, though. But if you say giving it to a man who would link up with the team, control the back four, control the back line, control the center, the forward, and every of the team, and talk to the referee in an appropriate manner, maybe a Bruno Fernandes for me would not give you that very instinct you need to get. Now, let's talk about Manchester City winger Jeremy Doku. Scored and created 2 more goals in 7 blistering first half minutes before adding 2 more assists in the second period as the championship hammered. Bournemouth 6-1 to go on top of the Premier League on Saturday. Bernardo Silva netted twice, and it was Belgian winger Jeremy Doku who caught the eye as the dog entered the back of attacking tricks to lay the foundation for dominant win by the home side, who lost leading striker Erling Haaland to injury at halftime. After probing carefully for the opening half, Pep Guardiola City, free-flowing finale opened the scoring on the hour mark when Jeremy Doku played a slick on two with Rodri on the edge of the box before guiding the ball home. 3 minutes later, Doku Jeremy dancing footwork left the ball out of the fence flat-footed as he scored for Bernardo Silva to score the second goal in the 37th minute. His left foot shot was deflected in the net by teammate Manuel Akanji, having hit the post, after a 4th-minute leader, and that was a header. Haaland limped off towards the game in the tunnel, and that was a bad result, for the Bournemouth side, and Dominic Solanke's effort was ruled out after a VAR check. It found the winger Ryan Christie offside in the build-up. But about Doku, I think this is just about City and how well they've been over time, and the signing is a great signing. And let's talk about, possibly lastly on the show, where we saw the most controversial football game played. And I would say this again and over again, the PGMOL, I don't know if I'll say they've done more wrong than right. I think I love to say this all the time. It's not all about, after all is said and done, more is said and done. That's just a message from the VAR, the video assistant referee. We don't want to see this come to happen. Now, Newcastle United handed Arsenal their first Premier League defeat of the season with a 1-0 win on Saturday thanks to a controversial second-half goal from Anthony Gordon after a long VAR review that left visiting manager Mikel Arteta livid. I'm not surprised to see Arteta say that on the post-match. He said, "This is unacceptable. This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace." Gordon scored in the 64th minute, firing past goalkeeper David Ryan from close range after a goal-mouth scramble. That was a VAR break for 4 minutes, 6 seconds to check if the ball went out of bounds, whether there was a foul in the build-up, and for offside before the home fans could celebrate. Newcastle are unbeaten in their last 7 league outings, climbed up to the 6th on 20 points after 11 games. Arsenal, who failed to score for the first time this season in all competition this time, are third with 24 points, with 3 behind Manchester City. I think this is all I can bring to you. Now, okay, I'll talk about the Diaz before I leave the show, but let me quickly say this on that game. The VAR is not consistent for me, in my opinion. Why am I saying this? 3 things should be checked on that. Was there a foul on Joe Linton on Gabriel Magalhaes? Was the ball out of play? Also, was he an onside or offside? All of this needs to be checked about. And after a long review, I felt personally that after everything, maybe the goal will be disallowed, but never was. The goal counted and was in favor of the Magpies. I could say congratulations to them, but then the PGMOL, I believe they have a statement for us now. Now, lastly on the show, let's talk about Liverpool striker Luis Diaz came off the bench on Saturday that Sunday to head a late equalizer in a 1-1 draw at lowly Luton Town and dedicated the goal to his father, who was kidnapped in Colombia. On the back foot for more of the game, Luton shook the lead when Rose Barkley dropped forward in the 80th minute to release Issa Kabore, who passed for Tahith Chong to slide the ball past Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson. That triggered delirium in the Quaint and Rocco's Kenilworth Road Stadium, whose capacity is just over 11,000, and where Luton have managed to register only 1 previous point this season, but then upstepped second half, substitute Luis Diaz leap and convert a Harvey Elliott crossing time added on, revealing an undershirt that read "Freedom for Dad," and that's a Libertad para Papa. It stated in the Colombia a guerrilla movement and said there will be a release for his father. Now, Liverpool were left wrong. Darwin Núñez misses. He saw a powerful shot strike in the back in the first half, and another stink in the glove of Luton goalkeeper Thomas Kaminski in the second period. The result left Liverpool third on 24 points, 3 behind leaders Man City. Luton inched out of the relegation area to go 17th on 6 points, 2 off the bottom. And this is all I can give on the show. Quickly, I want to see Luis Diaz's father release. My opinion anytime. This doesn't sound cool. The kidnap is a very deep one. And not long the mom was released, but the father is still under the kidnapper's custody. So he did score a goal and raised a shirt, and we did say that Libertad para Papa. If you understand Colombian language, you will know what he means. But then it means, please free my father. The statement he reads, he sent to the kidnappers look very emotional, but I can't really talk more of all of these. But hopefully I'll return back on your TV screen tomorrow for more interesting sports program on Voice of People TV. Don't go anywhere. This is the best place to be. More interesting programs coming. My name is Kizzy K, and I'm out. Peace out.